Now, industrial spaces in Singapore were even more expensive in the first 3 months of this year. Prices and rent grew for a sixth straight quarter in the strongest quarterly growth in more than 8 years. Well, latest data from government industrial planner JTC Corporation showed prices of industrial space rose by 2.1% from the last quarter and grew 5.6% from the previous year. Rentals went up at a slightly slower pace by 1% on quarter and by 2.4% from the year prior. Warehouse spaces registered the highest rental increase of 1.5% on quarter.
I think the logistic warehousing also a very interesting sector. Especially during the COVID, I think this is one of the sectors that has shown very strong, continue to have strong demand for space, especially during COVID. The demand for e-commerce and the logistic kind of space has actually increased.
However, overall occupancy rates for industrial properties fell by 0.4 percentage points from the previous quarter. JTC says this is because new completions are picking up significantly and supply exceeded new demand. Total available stock rose by over 300,000 square meters from the past quarter. Now, that is the highest quarterly increase since 2019 and nearly 5 times the increase in occupied spaces. Well, JTC expects another 2.4 million square meters of new industrial space to be completed over the next 3 quarters, about half of which would be single-user factory spaces, multiple-user factory spaces, as well as warehouse and business park spaces would each take up about a quarter of the share. Barring any sharp slowdown in the global economy, JTC expects demand for industrial spaces to remain robust throughout the year. But given the incoming supply of spaces this year and as borders reopen and supply chain woes ease, analysts expect growth in prices and rents to taper off in the coming quarters.